Here is the dark truth. MBBS exams are a scam. They don't prepare you for NEET, PG or INICET. In fact, they actively destroy your preparation. If you are still measuring your progress by prof marks, you are setting yourself up for failure. I'm Agniv Roy Chaudhary, a second year MBBS student from ESIC Joka, and I'm documenting my journey to getting AIR 1 in NEET PG and INICET 2029. My Marrow QBank scores are consistently above 80%, and everything I share comes from real lessons I'm learning in real time and not some recycled topper advice that you can find everywhere else. In this video, I'm going to share 3 lessons that is going to change the way you see MBBS exams and approach NEET PG and INICET preparation. First, I will discuss is subjective. Next, I will discuss that excellence is punished in MBBS. And finally, I will discuss the point of paradoxical topper. Before I start, let me tell you a story. In the first year, because of doing PYQs and only chasing after marks, I had massive holes in my concept. So from the beginning of second year, I decided that if I'm going to be doing it properly, I'm going to do it very well and I'm going to see all the videos, read the note, do the QBank. And granted that, yes, my concepts were increasing day by day. And I decided, okay, since this is a new approach I'm following, maybe in the first exams, my marks won't be that good because it takes times to build concept. But I did know that over time, my marks in the internal exams as well would reflect my effort. But as the time went on, my marks kept going down. I kept performing worse and worse and worse. When in the previous year, in the internal exam, I could easily cross 75%, 78%. Even some exam, I had gotten 83%. This year, I was struggling to crack even 63% marks. Now, this was a shocker for me. You expect that your effort would be shown in the exam results. Instead, it kept falling off. And I couldn't really understand what the hell is happening here. I'm writing the best answers I could. In fact, the exam I was giving was the best performance yet. It was miles ahead of first year. But still, I kept falling off. Meanwhile, my friends who are doing only PYQs and referring and only studying maybe 3-4 days before the exam, they were getting 87, 88 marks. And then I realized, comes to my first point, that is subjective. Now, it is no secret that MBBS exams are subjective exam and it is highly dependent on the examiner who is checking it. Now I used to think that okay, that maybe it would be some around 10 to 12% difference between someone who is checking the questions leniently and someone who is giving strict marks. Now this concept of mine got shattered after the first result that were announced in the first internal. This was back in January of 2025. Our micro exams, micro results had just been announced. I had gotten around 61 marks. And this was a shocker, as I already told you. Now, luckily, the micro department, let us check the exam paper script and to identify our mistakes and know that what we can improve. And I went there and I saw that in every single long answer, if you know that in the long answer, we have 15 marks. We have 15 and then 10 marks of 3 semi-long answers. I saw that in every long answer, they were giving me 6.5 marks. I couldn't really understand. I asked the teacher, sir, in this question, you are asked about complement system. And I have written everything in categorical way in points with highlight. I have also underlined the important points. Then why have I got 6.5 marks? He said, Beta, I do not give more than 7 out of 15. I said, sir, but I have written everything. He said, you can write everything. You can get the book. You can get the author in front of me. I will not give you more than 7. Meanwhile, my other friends were getting 84, 85%, 85 marks. I asked them that, did you attempt everything? Sometimes said, no. I vomited out 1 or 2 answers I didn't even know. I wrote what was in my mind. So this is the amount of difference you can find in an exam result. There is no correlation of your concept, your effort, your everything. It depends on the fucking examiner. Now, do you know what my mindset is very strong. I have an iron will. I do not get easily affected by things. But my best friend, he also had the same situation. He decided that in second year he is going to do very well. So he started preparation at the same time as me, and we studied in the library at the same time for 4 or 5 months intensely. When the results came, he only got 41, and he was heartbroken. He said, "These people, they don't even study. They don't even have the basic concept between gram positive and gram negative, and they are getting 84.5% marks. Then why should I give so much effort?" At that time, he was very sad. I couldn't really make him understand the concept. That's why I'm making this video. You are basing your progress in your academics by a system that is flawed in the first place. It's you can have the greatest concept in the world. You can put the most effort in writing answer, but if the teacher decide that you are not deserving of the marks, you will not get it. And it can be sometimes up to 30 to 40% of difference. So how will you make sure that you are making progress? Meanwhile, this channel is making sure for NEET PG and INICET preparation. Can't you see how dumb it is that to focus on these marks to make sure that you are progressing in academics or not? So please, for the love of God, focus is an MCQ exam that we are going to give in the future. And okay, even if you are only caring about if you're in first year or second year, you are only focusing on prof exams, even then this is a shitty system. You can't really know. Do you know what would have happened if I had decided, okay, maybe my system is not working? I should go back to reading that shitty books because my other friend who is reading that, he is getting 88. This channel would not have been existed, and I would not have made so much progress in the last 1.5 year. So don't do that. And also, this is a side point. Prof is important. You have to pass profs. That is important. But these internal exams, they're kind of a scam. Most of the important topics the teachers already tell you that read this topic before exam, and most of you get to know that what is going to come in the exam itself. Now, do you think wasting your time for entire semesters and only reading 3-4 topics, even if you get more than 75-76% marks and your back claps, this is the right way to do preparation? No, don't do that. My second point, which is related to this, is that in MBBS, excellence is punished. Now, okay, I decided that in the first internal, maybe this is one of case. Next time, my luck is going to get better. That even though I have not very much good luck, is second time I should get some examiner that who is going to give me good marks. So okay, and remember this exam, the second internal, I think happened in April last week. This exam was the best exam of my MBBS. I mean, for the first time, I could do all the MCQs, all the questions. I knew everything. And also remember that in the first year, I only chased up marks. So I knew how to get marks. I did all the outlines, gave big diagrams and everything. I know, okay, no matter how bad someone checks, he has to give me greater than 75% marks. I was very happy after giving this exam. Then the results got announced. Now, see this monstrosity. I am roll number 4. I hope you can see that. Yes. I've got a 63 marks in the theory, and total, I think I have gotten 132 marks. Now it comes down to 66%. Now you might be thinking that what is this guy on about? Is he smoking some weed? We don't even pass in our semesters. and he is complaining after getting 66%. But remember the context I'm saying it. This was my best exam. Even then, I got such kind of marks, and it really disappointed me. I think, why is this happening? Again, that fellow who is reading those shitty books, he again got 87. And many of my batchmates who don't study at all and only in the 1 week, again it happened. So who is the loser here? Who is the loser here? You have a guy, you have some people who are studying diligently day after day, building up their concepts from the ground up. And some bitch who doesn't even know HIV is a RNA virus is getting so much marks. In MBBS, we have a saying that if you are excellent, you have excellent concept, you will be rewarded. That is a lie. That is a fucking lie. The year I put the most effort, year I had the most conceptual clarity, I was getting the lowest marks. In first year, you will not believe me, there were exams in anatomy, I remember. I didn't know 2 out of the 10 long questions, I didn't know anything about it. I asked my friend sitting there, tell me something. He told me few points and I drew a big diagram and everything, and I got 84% marks. And here I was trying my best, giving my best efforts. I couldn't really tell you this was the best exam. I could have not given a better exam than this. Still it is happening. Fuck that bullshit, man. Excellence is rewarded here. Fuck that. No, it is not rewarded. In fact, most of the time the opposite will happen. You will get hate. You will get scolded by everyone. You would have to be an outcast to pursue the true excellence. Because NEET PG and INICT is not going to happen in the next 1 year. It's going to happen in 3-4 years, next 4 years. People don't see that. For your long-term progress towards your goals, there will be short-term damages. If you can't handle this, you will never get to the top of the mountain. This is the thing that no one talks about. And also in this, our MBBS, this everything has to be perfect from day one. I hate this mentally. Everything has to be perfect. In MBBS was studying. Yeah, you read Robbins, you did that book. Meanwhile, the people who are giving this advice, they're eating popcorn and seeing good doctor on their tablet and giving it. Oh, read Robbins. Read every single day. This show of mentality is that we have in MBBS. Do what is good for you. Do what you know that is going to benefit in the long term. Do you think this kind of results matter? But no one will remember it. And finally, there is a good ending to the story though, which is point of paradoxical topper. Now, by this point, I decided that okay, the second internal is over. I do not like how this is going. Fuck these MBBS exams. I'm obviously going to pass in the profs, but let me redirect all my energy, all my mindset into giving NEET PG and INICT. And this is the time I solved more and more questions, QBank, and my QBank scores were consistently getting more than 70%, then 75%, and it finally crossed 80%, I remember, in June. By this point, I decided that okay, even if I do not see progress in this area, I am seeing massive progress here, and I have totally dissociated myself from the result. Then the prof happened. In prof, this was the best prof I had given. Ironically, the year I chased marks and marks and marks so that everyone in the college will know my name, that he is the topper. and I will get validation from my batchmates, teacher and everything. Compared to that year when I didn't even chase the marks, I chased after my concept and having a comprehensive understanding of pharma, patho, micro. This is the year I had my best prof performance. How ironic is that? Meanwhile, the students and also my friends who are doing PYQs in the second year, they were in serious trouble, because this is a pattern I have noticed in the recent years, that not only in West Bengal University, all over India, the questions are getting bouncer. They do not give you straightforward questions right now. And every single year, at least in our university, in every single paper, there will be one or two new type of questions which are totally new topics. And if you have done only PYQs, you will not be able to answer it. There were many papers like Pharma 2 and also in micro as well. Paper 1, I remember there were totally new kind of questions, but since I had read the entire subject comprehensively, I could write them. And don't even get me started on the MCQs. I remember every single paper I solved 8 to 9 MCQs very correctly. Only one or two I could not remember or figure out. The results are still not out yet, and I do not even care what the results are. But according to me, when people were chewing their pen like this, I could write everything down. So even if your target is to do well in pros, that you are in first year, okay, you are not concerned about NEET PG or NICT preparation, and I want to do well in pros, you still have to do this. The type of questions are not going to be easy. It's going to be from deep part of the subject, maybe from topics that have not come before. And how the fuck are you going to answer it if you have not read the concept in the first place? So even if you want to do better in prof, still it is advisable to make sure that you read the subject, have the comprehensive understanding. You will have both. In the future, you will get a very good rank in NEET PG and INICT, and in meanwhile, you will in exam in prof, you will get a very good percentage. What I want you to understand from this video is you need to dissociate yourself from the MBBS results. It's something that's going to be in our life till the day we give our final year. It's going to be there. It's a necessary evil that we have to cross over. And I recommend everyone that if you're in first year, do focus on the profs, because you have to understand how to get marks. Since the shitty system is not going to change in a few years, we need to have to handle it. We have to make sure that our main target is on NEET PG and INICT, while in the meanwhile we are also taking care of this. So dissociate yourself from the MBBS results and think of this like this. This is a temporary phase. This marks does not mean very much. I need to focus on NEET PG and INICT. Meanwhile, whatever the marks I am getting, it does not reflect my ability to get rank in the future. I will prove myself in future, but for right now, no matter what marks I get, as long as it is within a range that I am satisfied with, which I recommend around more than 58%, 60%, I am going to be happy. And I am going to keep moving forward towards my long-term goal. This is the mindset I want to take you from this video, and without this mindset, I am telling you, you are going to fall in this trap again and again. Though I have motivated my best friend to come back into this preparation, but he wasted 4 months, 4 to 5 valuable months, where he could have done very good preparation. I don't want you to have that. Well, in this video, I talked a lot about being topper and topper. And do you know, in first year, I was the college topper, and it almost ruined my NEET PG and INICT preparation. Watch this video next to know more. Keep grinding, and I will see you in the next one.